Hello students and welcome back to bankexamstudy.com. My name is Ramandeep Singh and today we are going to do a very important session that is for the IBPS RRB GBO Scale 2 and Scale 3. We have just started the course for the IBPS RRB Scale 2. This is a long 6 months course and for which we have started the classes, and this is a demo for the same, right? You can join the class on bankexamstudy.com and all the links are available in the discussion. RBI circulars are very important for your exam. Even last year, I guess 12 questions were asked directly from RBI circulars. So RBI circulars are very important. For the month of February 2021, I'm going to teach you with the help of proper quizzes, right? As per the latest RBI guidelines, urban cooperative banks shall not provide or renew any loans and advances to or on behalf of their directors or their relatives. So what was happening? There was mishandling of funds by the urban cooperative banks. The directors, they were taking loans themselves or their relatives were taking a lot of loans, right? And it was depositors' money, right? So the funds were mishandled. That's why RBI said, okay, directors are actually not allowed to give loans to their relative. Abnormal loans, what you say. The normal loans, if obviously somebody wants to take a car loan, a director wants to take a car loan, अपनी bank से लेगा. But abnormal loans, right? They can't do it, right? So what is the definition of relative? And which of the following isn't considered as a relative? It is uncle's wife, which are considered a relative. Father, including stepfather, stepmother, mother, son, including stepson, son's wife, daughter, daughter's husband, brother, brother's husband, including stepdaughter and stepbrother, sister, including stepsister and sister's husband. These are all included in the definition of relatives, right? And if they are members of Hindu undivided families, that HUF is also, it's under the definition of relative. The husband and wife, obvious, that is the most obvious thing. So this is the definition of relative. Relative को loan नहीं दिया जा सकता. Very important. And another question, as per that latest guidelines by RBI. See, after the COVID, the MSMEs were not getting the loans. Right, medium and small scale enterprises, they were not getting loans from the banks. उनको दिक्कत हो रही थी लोन लेने में. So the RBI, what RBI said, जो CRR calculate होता है, while calculating the CRR, right? CRR is a certain percentage, right? So it is calculated on the net time and demand liabilities. It is certain percentage of that NDTL, net demand and time liabilities. What RBI said, there will be certain deductions. Certain deduction is allowed. Whatever the money that you are giving to the MSME, whatever the loan that you are providing to MSME, that is deducted. You don't need to keep CRR on that money. Simple. How much? But there is a maximum cap on that MSME loan. What is the maximum limit? And there is a cutoff date, right? The limit is 25 lakhs. All the loans that you are providing to the MSME up to 25 lakh rupees, they won't be counted. They are exempted, to calculate the CRRs, right? They are exempted. उस पे CRR रखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ठीक है? But there is a deadline to use this, facility. There is a deadline. What is the deadline we are talking about? The deadline is 1st of October 2021. This benefit can be taken up to 1st of October 2021. It is 25 lakh rupee ka loan, ठीक है? The scheduled commercial bank would be allowed to deduct the amount equivalent to the credit disbursed to the new MSMEs from their net demand and time liabilities for calculation of CRR. So please remember that, okay? So as per latest RBI guidelines, so further the capital conservation buffer, which was supposed to be last tranche of 0.625, it has been extended. We are talking about the Basel III norms, right? The latest RBI guidelines, due to the COVID, it has been deferred. The implementation of last tranche of 0.625 of capital conservation buffer. Please refer the Basel III norms का video, ठीक है? जो उतना capital conservation buffer रखना था, it has been deferred till 1st of October 2021, right? Due to the COVID, obviously the economy is not in a good shape, तो इसको extend करना पड़ा. Now capital conservation buffer ये बढ़ाया जाएगा after it has been extended by 6 months, ठीक है? So in a view to continuing stress of COVID-19, right, the last tranche has been extended, right? So important point to be noted, ये वाला paragraph important है. The pre-specified trigger for loss absorption through conversion, write down of additional tier 1 instruments, perpetual non-convertible preference share and perpetual debt instrument shall remain at 5.5% of risk-weighted asset and will rise to 6.125% from 1st of October. ठीक है. In case there is an abnormal situation where there can be huge losses, उसको absorb करने के लिए, to absorb that, the banks should have some buffer to face a situation like 2020, the COVID-19, or face a situation like 2008 subprime crisis. The bank should be strong. They should have a buffer. And that buffer we are talking about is 6.125% of risk weighted asset. Right now it is 5.5%. It was supposed to be increased to 6.125% by 1st of April, but the banks are not in good shape. The economy is not exactly in good shape. We are recovering from COVID-19. So this limit would be increased from 1st of October 2021. So net stable funding ratio NSFR guideline, further this has been extended by RBI. It was supposed to be implemented from 1st of April, but now it will be implemented from 1st of net stable funding ratio. It will be extended, further extended by 6 months. Non-FATF compliant jurisdiction. See students, what was happening that in some of that NBFCs, non-banking financial companies, that some illegal these NBFCs were getting some illegal money, right? The money from illicit companies, illicit nations, and RBI wants to control that, right? So there are certain limits on non-FATF compliant jurisdiction, and that limit is 20%. Very important. RBI tightened the rules governing the investment in NBFCs from non-FATF compliant jurisdictions. New investors, the maximum limit is 20% of the voting power of the NBFC, right? So they cannot have significant influence over the NBFC. So non-FATF compliant, the investors from non-FATF compliant jurisdictions, the maximum money that they can invest in NBFC should not be more than 20% of 20% of equivalent voting power. Okay. The last question. The RBI on Friday said, there are certain limitations on FPI to invest in the defaulted bonds. What are those, limitations? The RBI actually relaxed the norms. So what we are talking about, the RBI on Friday said the foreign portfolio investors deploying funds in defaulted corporate bonds subject to following conditions, right? So minimum residual maturity of above 1 year. Question is not framed very well, but let me explain the concept. Minimum residual maturity, the bond in which the FPI is investing the money, the minimum, the residual maturity, if the maturity is, let's say, if the bond is going to mature in, let's say, 2 months, within 2 months from today, they are not allowed. So minimum maturity should be at least 1 year. And short-term investment in corporate bond by an FPI shall not exist 30% of the total investment. And in that particular fund, that particular product, the FPI, they cannot exceed 50% of any issue, right? In any issue, the maximum money that all the FPIs can invest in a corporate bond, that should be 50%. And one specific FPI cannot invest more than 30% in any corporate bond. Okay? And all these conditions are actually true. Okay, very important. And that's actually all for today. I hope you liked the today's session, the interesting way to learn the RBI circulars. And we have started that IBPS RRB GBO Scale 2 2021 course, in which I'm providing video classes, the notes, the test series, and there are special classes for financial awareness. This is one of them. Please check bankexamstudy.com if you want to join the class. This is a demo session. Links are available in the description. A list of students who cracked that IBPS RRB GBO Scale 2 2020, and this was for the 2019. All these students that took our courses and they cracked their respective exams. And from the 2019, all these students, all India topper was from our batch: RBI Grade B, Bank of Maharashtra, RBI Grade B 2018, Bank of Baroda, IBPS SO Marketing, SEBI Grade A, NABARD Grade A, Vijay our bank. All these students that took our courses and they cracked their respective exams, you can WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number. If there is any doubt in your mind, you can drop me a WhatsApp and I'm going to answer your doubts. And that's all for today. Links to join the course are available in the description. And that's actually all for today. Subscribe the channel and like this video, and if your friends are preparing for the IBPS RRB GBO Scale 2, share this video with your friends. It'll help them for sure. And that's actually all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.